In this video, I'll talk about the right order in which one should read the Platonic dialogues. First, we need to clear out a few things. Firstly, read the dialogues with the idea that they are all related to one another as parts of a coherent whole, and that the earlier ones pave the way for the later ones. Just because Plato does not give an answer does not mean he does not have one. Plato knew all too well that it is useless to give somebody an answer to a problem that is not that person's problem. No answer is an answer if it does not come from within yourself. So the problem is not to give all the answers, but to lead the student toward the right questions, and then, but only then, toward the right answers. But even at that point, the answers must be yours, and Plato will not give them to you himself. How can you search for something you think you already know? All of Socrates' work was to move people from the position of someone who does not know but thinks he knows to that of someone who knows that he doesn't know. Socrates said that the wisest of all men knows that he knows nothing. So that is what he tries to accomplish in his Socratic method of conversing with people. He refutes their beliefs about certain topics. He tries to show them that they do not actually know what they think they know about whatever they are talking about. The so-called aporetic or Socratic dialogues of the first tetralogies are not just questions for the sake of questions like what is courage, what is piety, what is philia, but they are constructive in some sense, because knowing what a thing is not, what the wrong answers are, is the first toward knowing what it may be. If you think about it, you will come to realize that with ultimate truths that are beyond our rational grasping, it may be the only way to proceed. A good example of this is the first part of the Parmenides. Socrates and Parmenides discuss several ways of understanding the famous Platonic theory of forms, and reject them one after another. And yet, in the end, they both agreed that not believing in forms is even worse than rejecting them, because we can't figure out in a materialistic way what they are. Remember that there are things which are beyond words and cannot be expressed satisfactorily with them, but can only be approached by images, analogies, and that Plato was perfectly aware of this. Getting rid of the false beliefs and building the picture one touch at a time with both logos and mythos was his way of working. So, in reading the dialogues, you must go beyond the literality of words and let the ideas behind them work within you. Never forget that Plato is not philosophizing for the sake of it, but to prepare men and women to use their logos, their reason, to bring more law and order in the world, more kosmos, which is the Greek word for order, through political action, to work towards making more people happier in their lives, in the true sense of happiness, which is not obvious to all, and assumes we know what we are on earth for, and that is what it is to be a man. And in order to do that, man must answer all these questions and other. What is logos and what are its limits? What is speech? What is eros? What is pleasure? Is man only a limited material creature, or does he have a soul? And if so, what is the soul? And so on. But these are only steps toward the goal of becoming what you are meant to be. Forget what has been said about the dialogues and read them yourself. Any Plato reader you meet has most likely only read about 5 or 6 Platonic dialogues at most, such as the Republic, the Symposium or the Apology, or the Laws. Read all the dialogues yourself, preferably in the following order. I found this order that I present to you somewhere on the internet, and it helped me a lot when I started reading Plato myself. All of Plato's dialogues have been divided into 7 tetralogies in the following manner. The first tetralogy is for getting started and includes Alcibiades, Lysis, Laches, and Charmides. The second one is related to the sophists and includes Protagoras, Hippias Major, Hippias Minor, and Gorgias. The third talks about the trial of Socrates, including Meno, Euthyphro, Apology, and Crito. The fourth discusses the soul, including Symposium, Phædrus, Republic, and Phædo. The fifth talks of logos and includes Cratylus Ion, Euthydemus, and Menexenus. The sixth tetralogy deals with dialectic and includes Parmenides Theætetus, Sophist, and Statesman. Finally, the seventh tetralogy talks of kosmos, which means order, and it includes Philebus Timæus, Critias, and laws. I have attached this order in the description below as well.